Welcome everyone to the Week 5 Fourth Line Plugs Power Rankings tier list. For anybody who is new to the show here, we're going to rank all these teams 32 through 1, and they will be fitting into this tier list here. And we'll real quickly break it down. These are all should be pretty easy to see tiers here, but at the top we're going to have our Stanley Cup contenders. Then the teams that we think will make the playoffs for sure, the teams that should make the playoffs but could miss, teams that are fighting for a playoff spot but are kind of probably on the outside looking in, and then teams that are just not going to make the playoffs. And then teams on the left rank higher. So, for instance, Anaheim would be ahead of Boston in this scenario.
I wonder if we'll have 16 teams in the should make the playoffs. So we should try and do that. Let's see how it turns out this week.
Yeah, we'll see. I know where I want to do my first tier break. For might make the playoffs, but I don't know the rest offhand.
Well, we'll see. We will see.
Kicking us off here at number 32 is the Calgary Flames. Same spot as they were last week on our power rankings, and same spot for each of us. They did go 2-1 this week, so they won more than they lost. And then for each team, we have a stat of the week, and it's going to be a breakout player on each team. And this is Devin Cooley, who's been the backup goalie, who has been pretty solid as a backup.
Which is good because Dustin Wolf has been pretty bad as a starter.
Yeah. Yeah. This team is not very good. They absolutely stole a game against Columbus and then played a really bad entertainment value game against Philly. But yeah, they're 32. This team is not doing a whole lot this season.
They're pretty bad.
At 31 is the Nashville Predators, dropping 4 spots from where we had them last week, dropping 3 spots for you and 2 spots for me.
Yep.
They are 0-2-2 this week, 5-8-4 overall. And then their breakup player I've identified is Matthew Wood, who is 20 years old.
He scored a goal today too.
He did. Okay.
At least one. I saw him score a power play goal in the first period of that game. So nice. He's clearly off to a hot start.
3 goals, 4 assists, 7 points. Not crazy, but pretty good for a rookie who's been mostly bottom 6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's playing on the third line with Svechnikov right now, which is kind of cool. They're maybe finding some more forward juice, but their blue line is depleted as hell with all their injuries, and there wasn't that much to start off with in terms of overall team talent. So they got their issues
for sure. Coming in at 30, we have the New York Islanders. Same spot as they were last week. Same spot for you. I moved them up 2 spots, but it kind of doesn't matter at the bottom here. These teams will, shuffle around a little bit. Yeah. Who has a week where they don't lose all their games and who has a week where they do lose all their games.
Yeah. The Islanders are all offense right now. Mm-hmm. They're scoring lots of goals, but they're giving up lots of goals. So, I think that's a winning formula for long term for them. But has some interesting games. I mean, they went in and destroyed the Rangers.
Yep,
it was a crazy game.
Yeah, and then it didn't end up on the score sheet, but they pretty much controlled that Columbus game. They only won it 3-2, but they almost 2-1 outshot them in that game. So they're okay. They get some decent results here and there. They went 2-1 this week, but there's not consistently getting results enough.
I think there's a lot of teams that we're going to talk about in here. The bad teams are bad, and they could be bad or worse or whatever. It's hard to tell. Like, this team isn't substantially better than the Predators, and they're not substantially worse than some team we might talk about in 5 or 6 slots. Like, this won't make the playoffs tier, especially whatever all the teams we have in here. I think are all pretty close right now, and that they can take games against good teams, but we don't think that they're going to be good long term. So
yeah. And their breakout star is obviously Matthew Schaefer, who's having a tremendous rookie season at 18 years old.
Yeah, crazy.
What a pick. Coming in at number 29 is the Chicago Blackhawks. Same spot as they were last week. Same spot for you. I moved them up one spot to 27. They went 2-1 this week.
Yeah.
And this team is they are getting so much goaltending.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I think they've outshot their opponent like twice this season. I think they've outchanced their opponents negative times this season.
Yeah. But Bedard is scoring now, so that's fantastic.
Yeah. Bedard is shot up.
He is on one right now.
Yeah. Yeah, 9 goals, 16 assists for 25 points in, I think, 15 games. 15 games. So, I mean, if this is the 90-point Bedard season, then, you know, the kids are here, as we will talk about in a moment. At number 28, the St. Louis Blues. Same spot as they were last week. I still have them at 31. You moved them up one spot to 25. This is tied for our biggest disagreement. I noticed looking at this beforehand is a 6-spot disagreement.
I just don't think their goaltending is going to continue to be this bad. And I think when they get a little bit more help there, I think the team will play a little bit better in front of it. Like, you know, we're going to put this team and won't make the playoffs because the teams that are ahead of them are not going to make the playoffs. But this is still a team that I think could potentially still right the ship, you know, and come back. Like, they need to flip a switch like soon.
Yeah.
You know, because they're losing way too many games for them to be able to come back and do it later. But like if they, you know, all of a sudden have a big turnaround week, Binners plays really well, and you know, then they start winning games, like they're going to jump back up into the low 20s.
Yeah.
You know, and then could make a push into the teens, into the actual playoff spot tier. So yeah.
They just got Robert Thomas back, which is big. They called up Dvorsky, and he's been pretty solid. He's scored some goals. He's also been on the ice for quite a few. But yeah.
But who hasn't with that team? Who hasn't been on the ice for quite a few goals, right?
Exactly. They've been scratching Jordan Kyrou, so you know, it's a situation over there. They could pull themselves out of it, but and their breakout candidate, who's currently injured right now, is Jake Neighbors, who has 6 goals and 1 assist for 7 points in 8 games.
Gamer.
So they will want him back.
Love me some Jake Neighbors.
Yeah, he's been real nice. At 27, we have the San Jose Sharks.
Yep.
Up 4 spots from where they were last week. You brought them up 3 spots. I brought them up 3 spots as well. Yep. They went 3-0-1 this week. Celebrini has 10 goals, 14 assists, and 24 points. This team's on a heater right now.
That kid's real good.
He is.
That kid's real good.
They beat Florida. They beat Winnipeg. Last week they beat both Colorado and New Jersey. That Colorado game, extremely fraudulent win. They had no business being anywhere close to that game. They won that game in overtime.
I'm recognizing a lot of those teams as teams that are going to be in our very up high in our thing. So you know,
they are not the free win that they were in the past 5 years.
They certainly are not. They're looking like they got some bite to them.
Yeah, and their goaltending has been good lately.
Yes, since it started really bad, and now I think it's gone into being good. So.
And I think Askarov, that might be sustainable. Like he has the talent, and he seems to be getting comfortable and with it. Ned, that's the Ned roller coaster. He's shown starter level ability, but
not starter level consistency.
Backup level consistency.
Yeah.
So, you know, he was extremely bad to start the season. Now he's looking really good. In December, probably going to be really bad again. At some point, he's going to be really good again. That's just going to be the Ned ride. We'll see if Askarov is able to be a little more consistent. At 26, we have the Buffalo Sabres dropping 3 spots. You dropped them 4 spots to 24. I dropped them 6 spots down to 30. They went 0-2-1 this week. Their breakout player is Zach Benson, who has 8 assists in 7 games and is currently on IR.
Along with the entire team. You see, Yuri Kulik has blood clots and is missing an extended amount of time.
Yep.
Like, Darlene's wife had something happen, and so
Darlene's wife had heart transplant surgery in Sweden, so he's gone over there with her.
Like, just absolutely insane.
It's just...
Right when it seemed like they were turning things around, they got back some of their defensemen that were injured, and then now...
now it's like everybody's dropping.
Just everybody's dropping.
Lion's gone a little bit back to earth, not like fully crashing into the career backup that he is, but he's not like single-handedly carrying them. Right.
Yeah, and with how depleted they are, they just don't have the players to do it. I do think, I mean, we saw like a brief glimpse of it as guys were coming back before. Like there's some potential in this roster still. So as guys come back and they figure stuff out, I think we could see him jump up a little bit. But right now it's pretty sad looking. So
and UPL came back and has been terrible. So that is another issue they're gonna have to figure out. It's not a great time to be a Sabres fan once again. But that was a really good week and a half. That was a really good 7 games of Zach Benson bringing the team to life.
Was it even a really good week and a half? It was a fine week and a half.
Yeah, it was a fine week and a half.
While they were recovering from the world is falling to, oh no, maybe this team can play hockey, to like, oh no, the world is falling.
At number 25, we have the Vancouver Canucks. Dropping 4 spots from where they were last week. You dropped them 2 spots to 27. I dropped them 3 spots to 22. I might be one of the biggest believers in Vancouver at this point.
And yet you're still putting them in won't make the playoffs?
I could debate this as the tier break.
If this was one, there's a team that we haven't talked about yet. There's a team we haven't talked about yet that I don't think is making the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
I think there's one more spot in this tier.
That's where we landed. Yeah.
They went 2-1 this week. They're 8-8 overall.
Kiefer Sherwood's a monster.
Kiefer Sherwood 10 goals, only 1 assist, but 11 games. I mean, this guy's awesome. I don't know if he's leading the league in hits right now like he was last year, but I know he's up there. Yeah, what a great power forward that he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, this team just doesn't get it done enough. Like they won an overtime game over Nashville that they handled pretty well. They lost a Chicago game that they absolutely had no business losing. Chicago should not have won that game, but that's how Chicago wins games.
They still have some pretty big injuries. That they're playing through and that they have been playing through. So
and Pettersson's not been that great.
That's one way to put it. Yeah.
Quinn Hughes, I feel like hasn't been superhuman. Like he's still very, very good.
Yeah.
But like I don't think he is in like the running away with the Norse.
Yeah, 10 points in 13 games for Hughes is very good. But it's not Quinn Hughes good.
Yeah.
So maybe a bit of a slow start for him, but also a lot of the talent in front of him has been depleted here and not playing well. So
Shout out Demko though for bouncing back from the injury. That was a big question mark heading into the year, and so far that looks pretty decent. Coming in at number 24, we have the Philadelphia Flyers.
Yep.
Who moved up 1 spot across the board for overall me and you.
Huge.
They went 2-1 this week, and they're getting okay results. They lost, like I said, with Calgary, that horrible hockey game. But they really handed it to Montreal, and they won that game in overtime. But they dominated that game. and they absolutely shut down Ottawa and lost that game in overtime still. Like, this team gets some decent results.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they just don't have the talent.
Yeah, and Vladar has been pretty solid for them too. So
yeah,
that's pretty big. I don't think they have the high end talent to really make too much more of a splash than this, but they're far from a free win. I mean, they've been handing it to good teams left and right. So that's cool to see.
Yeah,
you know?
Noah Cates is the breakout guy that I picked. 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points. I thought about Zegras, but he's actually on pace to match his career high that he had in Anaheim. But if this is a bounce back player of the week for the stat of the week, then it would definitely be Zegras. He's been a great fit over there.
You want to talk about Christian Dvorak? As a potential breakout player for them, I think he's been a guy that I think has been much better than I was expecting him to be for this point in his career.
Yeah.
I don't know, nine points in his 15 games so far when his career high is 38.
Dvorak definitely could have been a pick.
He's he's less flashy and not as good of a player as not as exciting of a player to talk about as Noah Cates, but he's quietly been, I think, pretty solid for them, and
he has
been a reasonable center, like a reasonable top 6 center on a team that doesn't really have that kind of player. So
for sure. Coming in here at 23, we have the Minnesota Wild. And this is where I think a tier break makes sense.
Yeah.
Until we'll make the playoffs.
Until we'll make the playoffs, yeah.
Or sorry, might make the playoffs.
No.
Might make the playoffs.
They will make the
playoffs.
They will?
Yeah.
Every other team is...
if other teams take 9 penalties a game against them, then let's put them up here.
I think their power play has actually slowed down a little bit from the crazy hot start that it had. So
yeah, I think it's still quite good, but not insane. And the team is playing better. They did move up 1 spot overall. You moved up 1 spot. I dropped them 3. But
you've been a believer for a long time.
They went 2-1. Yeah, I have been holding on hope.
I don't know. I just think they're one of those teams that they're okay right now, and they still might make the playoffs. But they're gonna have to turn it around from how they're playing right now. So and I think you and I both agree on this. I don't think this is a team that's ever gonna make any noise in the playoffs with their current roster construction, and especially not next year with the Kaprizov extension kicking in. I still think we need either giant jumps from some of the players that they have, or major flipping of this roster in order for them to be actually a competitive team. But I do think you look at them and you're like, this could easily be a playoff team.
And Gustafsson is starting to bounce back.
Yeah, that's
he's
another
on the positive
big thing.
side of goal save above expected. So
and that's where you'd expect him to be. So
I think of him as a top 10-ish area goalie, and this season he has been below starting caliber.
Yeah, I think so. Top 10 is pretty reasonable.
So I think if he continues this trend of getting better, then he's going to drag him up a bit.
Yeah.
And then I was not expecting to talk about 35-year-old Marcus Johansson as the breakup player.
He's been kind of crazy.
But 6 goals, 9 assists for 15 points in 17 games, almost a point per game player. He's halfway to his career high already.
Yeah.
He's having himself a little bit of a year, and at $800,000, that's a nice value that they're getting.
They're pretty crazy.
Number 22. This team was, full transparency, tied with Minnesota in our rankings. Is the Boston Bruins.
Can we put Minnesota higher? I want to put Minnesota higher.
So, I chose the tiebreaker of whoever is the highest on any of the teams.
God.
So I have Boston highest of of our 4 picks for these two
Put
teams.
Boston at 20?
I have Boston at 20.
What are you smoking, Colin?
They had a decent week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they beat Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Ottawa.
They shouldn't have
They
beat
the
Toronto.
Islanders.
Did you see that their goal was offsides and it was missed?
I mean, sure. But I mean, yeah, they shouldn't beat Toronto. Toronto should have stopped any of those fucking third period goals that they let in. But, you know, that's not the world we live in. The world we live in is that they beat Toronto. I mean, they went 3-0. This team goes hot and cold, it seems.
I just don't think you can make the playoffs with only 3 players on your team, man.
I mean, yeah, that definitely hurts.
Also, no way we're talking about
players.
Mason fucking Lohrei as our player of the week or of the thing.
I mean, everybody else is on like pace or far below pace for their career high.
Yeah, he's been terrible though.
He hasn't been terrible.
His XGF is 40, Colin. XGF
46.
percent is 40. I got it as 40
I have
now.
46.
So I you know, he had a bad game after you pulled those stats. But I don't know. I watched him. Dude, he looks lost out there.
Well, I mean, the only other choice is Geeky Pasternak.
Can we just talk about Pasternak? You know, and just say, hey, David Pasternak's still a good player. He's got 8 goals and 11 assists in 17 games.
Yeah,
you know, that's why they're winning games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe we should have talked about Pavel Zacha being able to get multiple first-round picks at the trade deadline this year.
McAvoy's got 12 assists in 16 games. That's got to be career pace, right?
That probably is for points, but having no goals is...
Yeah, that's because that's what Pasternak's there for.
I mean,
and Morgan Geekie,
he should score 1.
His 11 goals. We should be talking about Morgan Geekie's 11 goals. That's a lot of goals.
It is a lot of goals.
He
had 33 last year.
Yeah, but
maybe a third of the way there. Yeah,
he's a third of the way there. We're not a third of the way into the season. So
yeah,
I don't know. This team is still bad.
I think this team has a decent shot at getting a wild card spot in the East.
I don't know. I think there's too many actually reasonable.
As long as nobody gets hurt.
That's true.
As long as they get a full 82 out of the entire roster.
The entire. Yep. And we know that's gonna happen. famed healthy player Charlie McAvoy. Yeah.
Let's ignore that Elias Lindholm, Jordan Harris, Casey Middlestat are all
injured. And how many Eastern teams have we not talked about yet, Colin?
A lot of them.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I think it was like a couple days ago. There's only one team that had a negative record in the East.
Yeah,
and it's the Islanders. So
I still think this team is bad. They win games off their 3 guys, and I'm hoping that that's not enough to make the playoffs. You know, because then all of my NBA hatred of like, oh, you just have 3 good players on your team, and then you know, like, is it the world we live in now in hockey, where you can just have 1 forward, 1 defenseman, and a goalie, and you're up. Yeah,
they have 2 forwards. Okay, Morgan Geekie. Morgan Geekie's a guy.
Morgan Geekie's a guy because he plays with David Pasternak.
I mean, sure,
but you're right. He could probably play that way with other top forwards in the league too.
Yeah,
but I don't know. It's disgusting.
Coming in at number 21, we have the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Wait, also, I didn't think I was going to be the Bruins hater on this podcast. That's not how this should be going.
I just see them beat Toronto. I always just assume they're a top team. It just like triggers in my mind that Boston's just world beaters again.
PTSD ranking right there.
Yeah, Columbus dropped 4 spots this week to 21. You dropped them 7 spots. I dropped them 3.
I had just put them up, and then they made me look silly. I had kept them. They were in low teens, 20s, something like that for the whole season, and then I'm like, yeah. I'm gonna jump Columbus up. I think they jumped up 8 spots or something like that last week, and then boom, right back down.
Yeah, losing to Calgary in a game where they almost 2-1 outshot them.
Yep.
How?
Yep.
They kind of got dominated by the Islanders. They lost to Vancouver. These are all teams that are below them.
They had 3 bad losses this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have Greaves as the breakout guy right now. He's been quite good. Wasn't great this week, but this season has been very good and has pretty much taken the job from Lincoln's of that number 1 job. So he's Marchenko's not too far off his career pace or Voronkov, and those are the only young guys that are really kind of in that breakout range. Fantilli's kind of been slow. Kent Johnson's been a little bit slow to start. So yeah, Greaves is the one that's playing well above his career standard right now.
Yeah.
At number 20, we have the LA Kings, down 1 spot. You dropped them 1 spot to 18. I moved them up 1 spot to 21. They went 1-0 this week. They were not a team that played a lot. They lost to Florida, and then they shut out Winnipeg. Brent Clark, 2 goals, 7 assists, 9 points. Having himself a nice little season. But
they beat the Pens yesterday too for the Sunday game that you didn't include in there. So
yes,
but we are now. We
are going Sunday to Saturday is the range of these games.
But this is being recorded on a Monday in full transparency, and I did unfortunately watch that this game.
Yeah, I'm trying to block out all the Sunday results. There's one that I had to really block out because it was a really damning result. I don't remember who it was, but they will be punished next week, depending on their week. But yeah, this team's just mid. This team's just middling. They're okay.
Yep.
They win some games. They lose games.
Yep.
Their roster has enough talent where they could go on a heater and maybe do something.
Yep.
But they're not good enough to where they can just kind of coast through and do things.
Yeah, and there is a team in the Pacific that I'm sure we'll be talking about a decent amount later that seems to be the team that I would say is probably going to get that 3rd seed or maybe even higher, but at least the 3rd seed and be the 3rd Pacific team representative. So then they're battling for a wild card spot at that point with some killers in the Central. Looks a little tougher for their ability to make the playoffs. They still can obviously do it, but looks less good.
Yeah. Coming in at number 19, we have the Seattle Kraken, dropping 1 spot for me, you, and the overall rankings.
Huge.
They're 2-1 this week. They don't really have anybody breaking out to anything above what they established. So I took Berkeley Catton's 3 assists in 10 games as a breakout because
he's never had any assists in any games. So that's a lot better.
In 2 games last season in a cup of coffee. So it's not fantastic. But everyone's
they're not fantastic, Colin. That's the beautiful thing about it.
They're not. I thought about Eberle with his 11 points in 15 games, but he has played at this level before.
Well, obviously,
years before. This is a breakout for his 30s.
Yeah. Old man Eberle's breakout.
In his prime, he was this level player.
Him showing that level still though at 35 on this team is pretty impressive. So
yeah,
I don't know. They're a weird team. It seems like they're returning back to normal, like kind of what was expected. This
Yeah.
seems to be the level of play that I would expect, and they had like a hot like 2 weeks or something like that,
Yep.
where it seemed like they were beating a lot of teams that I thought that they shouldn't, and now they're kind of back to where I think they'll be. They're a team that could easily sneak their way into that last wild card spot, or if one of these specific teams implodes, sneak in there. But I don't know. They're okay.
They're definitely gonna miss Joey Decord,
Yep.
who is on IR as of Saturday. So we'll see how the Matt Murray, Philip Grubauer duo in net does for them. They might fall off the map here, depending on how long Decord's out. Because Decord is by far the best goalie on this roster.
Every Grubauer start drops them 1 point in the rankings for sure.
But then they get to play spoiler, and every team that Grubauer beats also drops like 3 spots in the rankings.
Yeah, for sure. If you get
20-25
beaten by
Matt
Grubauer, then oh man.
Coming in at number 18 is the Detroit Red Wings, who had a big fall from grace.
Yep.
All the fun that they were having at the start of the season, that's all gone away. They dropped 7 spots in the rankings. You dropped them 6 spots. I dropped them 6 spots from slightly different heights.
Yeah.
They went 1-2 this week.
I was too overreactive putting them up. I knew it. I knew it would come back to bite me, but I just wanted to be excited. I thought there was something exciting going on, but
yeah. Mm-hmm. I felt like there was maybe some holes in the ship, particularly on the defensive side.
Yeah.
Like ASP and Edmondson are exciting, but they are young defensemen who make a lot of mistakes, and they make some great plays, and it's worth it for their development and for this team. But
yeah.
They
were relying on some very good goaltending from Cam Talbot as well to win them some of those games, and that's certainly not super sustainable.
Yeah. I think the goaltending's still okay.
It's fine, but it's
this
not.
Defense in front of them is not fine. Shout out Emmett Finney though, 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points. As a 7th round pick in 2023.
Yep.
That's pretty phenomenal to get a guy that has no business being in the NHL, half a point per game as a rookie.
Yep.
A 7th round pick 2 years ago.
Yep.
Crazy breakout story for him.
Awesome to see. Honestly, that's super cool.
Not going to win the Calder, but maybe the coolest rookie story. Just like he's not going to beat the Schaefers and Demirovs and Dovishes and Kindles and whatever, but he's the only one that's I was a 7th round pick 2 years ago. You guys were all, first rounders.
Yeah.
5th overalls, 1st overalls.
That's awesome. Honestly, that's so cool.
Coming in at number 17, just outside the playoff line, is the Ottawa Senators.
Okay.
Dropped 2 spots from last week. I dropped them 5 spots to 18. You boosted them up 3 spots to 15.
I'm a believer.
I think I've yo-yoed this team so much. Because, sometimes they look great. And sometimes they really don't. And, they won an OT game over Philly. Or I think it was a shootout win. That was horrendous hockey. They had 14 shots on goal in a game that went to extra time. That's really bad. And then they lose to Boston in overtime. So, I don't know. I think I had them too high. I think I was riding the Ottawa wave because they had that really good week when they finally stopped allowing 4+ goals a game. And I was like, oh, I'm believing. And then it's this team's kind of okay.
Yeah, they've got...
So they're settling, I think, at some point.
They've got some issues. I like them as the top team in might make the playoffs. This seems I think we landed in a decent spot for them. I have them at 15 on my personal rankings, but this seems fine to me, honestly. Like, they're I think they're a good team. I think they're a team that still has like juice left to get like improve, right? They are still without Brady Tkachuk.
Yep.
So, when he comes back,
a huge hole in their top six.
Yeah, when they already didn't have any top six wingers, and so losing like one of the few that they had, I mean, that's a huge deal. So, I think when he comes back, I think as they just settle in, I think they're still going to be a pretty good team. We'll see which side of the playoff line they end up on. It certainly will be interesting.
I could bump them up a tier. I'd be fine if we wanted to say that they should make it.
I'm cool. I'm cool though, because right now we've got our 16 teams and should make the playoffs. I think I'm cool with that. But I would feel comfortable putting them and should make the playoffs too.
Yeah. Also, we got to stop healthy scratching Jordan Spence. 7 games, 1 goal, 6 assists, 7 points, 58 expected goals percentage. Does he play any special teams? No, but I mean, come on, we gotta find some ways to get this guy some minutes.
Yeah. For sure.
And then also, before we move on, shout out Shane Pinto. 8 goals, 6 assists, 14 points.
He wants money.
Team lead in goals.
He wants money. This is contract year, and he says I'm gonna get paid.
Yeah,
and like
nice. You should
pay Shane Pinto. He's looking really good.
You might want to extend him yesterday.
Yeah. Yep.
At this point now, you're just gambling that he's going to cool off.
Yeah,
but you still make the playoffs, and you'll be fine. And
he's
going to have good playoffs.
Yeah, the best time to have extended Shane Pinto was before the season started. And the second best time to do it is right now. Do it right now, Ottawa. Like, what are you doing? Give him some money.
Coming in at number 16 we'll see, probably the should make the playoffs tier.
Yeah.
Is the New York Rangers.
Cool. Throw them in there.
I don't know that I'll say that they should make the playoffs.
They should make the playoffs.
If they demolished MSG and they played on the road the whole season, a New Orleans Saints Katrina year kind of situation, then I agree. This team should be pretty good.
Oh my god! There's just no way they're going to be this bad at home the entire year, and all they have to do is be okay at like once those things kind of normalize just a little bit. I mean, this team has been insanely good. Shesterkin has been extremely good. They've been generating a ton of chances. They've not gotten any puck luck at home. I don't know what kind of curse happened at MSG this year to prevent the Rangers from getting anything, but I mean, this team has been good. Like the numbers say that this team is good. The chances they've been generating have been good. The roster looks good. The Shesty looks good. Like I don't see any reason why this team shouldn't make the playoffs. Other than the curse of MSG
games they've had.
Yeah.
They've been shut out 5 times.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous.
Which just sounds impossible.
It does. It actually. Oh my god. But that's why I have faith it'll end, because of how impossible it sounds. Right? It's like that's not just like, oh, they're bad at home. That's like, no, this is like unspeakably bad, like unfathomably underperforming.
Are they going to get shut out 30 times in 42 home games or 41 home games? Like, no.
Yeah,
but maybe, I don't know.
No, they're not. So
at some point it has to end.
Yeah.
And then their breakout guy, they don't really have a lot because it's a pretty veteran team. But I went with Noah Laba.
Yeah.
Laba, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. He's been pretty solid
he's looked good too. In the couple of Rangers games that I've seen, he's been noticeable on the ice. So I think that's pretty impressive.
Coming in at number 15, the Edmonton Oilers.
Cool.
Dropping 7 spots from where they were last week. I dropped them 5 spots to 16. You dropped them 11 spots to 16. As he had a bit of a market correction on them. They went 2-1 this week.
You can count my drops as happening over the course of the last 2 weeks, basically, because I don't think I dropped them hardly at all last week. Because I was like, it's a bad week. This is still a good team, and then it happened again, and I was like, okay, maybe this is just the regular season that the Oilers are going to have again. So
yeah. I mean, you can't lose 9-1.
Yep.
You can't lose 9-1. Yeah, it is Colorado. Spoiler alert: we're not going to talk about Colorado for a little bit. But I mean,
you can't lose 9-1. If you want that to be your Western Conference Finals, you're losing 9-1. Yeah, not a great showing from this team so far this year.
And then
really
lost
at
to St.
all.
Louis too, which to me is really damning. To you is pretty damning. Yeah, it's tough week in Oiler Town.
Yeah.
And then they don't have any kind of breakouts happening. I went with Jake Wallman, who's not that far above his career numbers. 1 goal, 6 assists, 7 games. He's been kind of a bit of a misadventure defensively, but I mean,
who hasn't been on that team?
You look at across the board at all of the young guys that they've tried, and none of them are doing anything.
Wait, you're not? I would give the breakout to Evan Bouchard here for his -11 so far. Which
maybe break down.
After being plus 14 last year, he is at -11 so far in 16 games.
Crazy.
I know plus minus is not a great stat, but I mean that's just. I
mean, outliers I think still are relevant
for sure,
minus.
And especially when you look at Evan Bouchard and the just boneheaded plays day in and day out that result in goals against. Oilers. They're still in this should make the playoffs tier because of the people that are because they have Big Dry.
I mean, they're Boston plus.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Except, unlike Boston, where they have a top player at all 3 levels, they just have them at the same level.
That is true. The Oilers are. Yeah,
they'll make the playoffs probably.
Yeah.
Unless one of McDry gets hurt, then I think this team is really screwed.
That is true. The big thing about having such a slow start means that they're so much less injury resistant, right? So, yeah. Also, please get a new goalie.
Yeah, I just don't think the market's out there right now.
Yeah,
for too many sellers yet. But probably by trade deadline time.
I think so.
A few of these bad teams that are, in
most
the dance
most of the teams that are in our won't make the playoffs tier have at least one goalie that is better than Stuart Skinner.
Yeah. Yeah.
That they could be selling. So
coming in at number 14, I know you are questioning where this team is. It's the Pittsburgh Penguins. Up 6 spots from where they were last week. You brought them up 5 spots to 17. I brought them up 5 spots to 13. They went 1-1-1 this week. This team wins games. They looked good against New Jersey. They lost that one.
They should have. They should have won that game. It was just dumb play by Letang that basically caused their one goal against. And then I said this to you before, but Shelovs is the worst goalie I have ever seen in the shootout. He's been in the shootout. There had 3 games that the Penguins have gone to the shootout, and he has stopped 1 goal in the 8 shots that he has faced. And he caused a penalty shot for throwing his stick at, I think it was Zegras in the Flyers game. He caused the penalty shot and then didn't save the penalty shot. So he is, in my mind, 1 for 9 in terms of stopping shootout style shots so far this year. He has been atrocious. If he could fix that, he'd be really good, because he's been really, really good for them in regulation. So they've lost Tristan Jarry now for a decently long amount of time. We'll see how long that's going to be, but not going to be back in the immediate future. So that's going to be big, I think, for them. Sergei Morozov is an interesting prospect that just it's his time, because there's 2 guys injured ahead of him. So. And we're not talking about the Kings game because it happened on Sunday. But if we were, he looked pretty decent in it. So we'll see. I don't know. The Penguins have a lot of injuries overall that they're dealing with right now, and that's a big thing. I mean, that's what an older team is going to have, and they need to keep getting these wins early in the season if they want to make the playoffs, because they're old and they'll probably run out of steam at some point. But Ben Kendall, that's your stat of the week. That kid is so good.
Yeah, a debate between him and Shelovs, because Shelovs has been really good too.
Yeah, or Justin Brazeau.
Yeah,
who's injured right now. But if he was not injured right now, you would have had to pick him.
Honestly, I did not go all the way down to the injured reserve when I pulled the stat of the week. Otherwise, I would have picked Brazeau.
Yeah, Brazeau.
But also, I just wanted to pick your boy Kendall.
Of course.
18, being a good contributor, half a point per game player.
18. Everyone questioned the pick from them, and he's one of the only guys from this draft class still around. And he looks really good. He looks really good. Like he was playing like elite 2-way 3C, I would say, earlier when everyone was healthy. He was just being really defensively responsible and generating good chances. And now he's moved up to Crosby's wing, and so we'll see if the offense comes a little bit more for him. I'm hoping that it does, because that'll be fun to see him score some more goals, get some more assists.
Coming in at number 13, the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yep.
Up 1 spot from where they were last week. You brought them up 3 spots. I dropped them down 1.
I sure did.
They went 2-1 this week.
Yeah.
They lost a game they shouldn't have lost to Boston.
Yep.
And then they beat Utah in a game they shouldn't have beat Utah.
Yep.
And then they beat Pittsburgh in a game they probably shouldn't have beat Pittsburgh.
Yeah. They were the better team for a third of the game, but they were the way better team for that third of the game. So, also, that was the game. I'm pretty sure that they traced it back, and Jari got injured during period 2 of that game, and so I think he was playing through period 3, not himself. So maybe should have been pulled, but the Leafs looked really good in that third period, though.
Every week, there's like a game or two where I'm like, I'm tanking the Leafs this week. And then there's like a game or two where it's like, okay, I guess not. And they're just kind of floating around in this, like, we're not bad.
Yeah.
But, like, we're not good.
I feel like they're so inconsistent in the effort level that you see out there on the ice. Like, to me, they seem like a team that is only really putting in the effort some of the time. Like, sometimes they just look a little bit lazy. You're not seeing them, like, finish their checks and play good, like, team defense and stuff like that, and they give up dumb stuff and stuff like that. And then sometimes they just turn it on, and you're like, okay, this is why they're world beaters. This is why they have two of the most dangerous guys in 5v5 hockey in the National Hockey League. Like, Matthews and Nylander are insanely good. And have been insanely good. And if they kept up that level of effort and stuff like that, I think this team would win a lot more games.
And you know who else is insanely good?
Matthew Nyes, yeah. Oh my god, I love Matthew Nyes. I love players like Matthew Nyes, and the Leafs really found one. Like he's just one of those guys. He is the you know what I was saying about effort. Matthew Nyes is the one guy. I'm not shitting on Matthew Nyes for not giving 100% because he's earned all 20 of those points that he's gotten. He's been insanely good to watch, and on such a good contract now. So that is fantastic for them.
At number 12, the Anaheim Ducks.
Yeah.
Skyrocketing up 12 spots. We were last week at 24, which is where I had them. They're up 10 spots for you. You were slightly ahead of the party. You have them up to 11. They went 4-0 this week. And they look really good. They're going to have a bad week this week because this is what teams have done. That we've been like, oh, okay, you know what? Market correction. This team's really good. And then Columbus just loses all their games.
I think I'm willing to say, though, that they look like they might be good enough to just seal that Pacific spot. Like that third Pacific, like they look significantly better to me than the Kings or the Kraken. Just like as a whole, what they've shown, I love that you put Leo Carlsson as their player because obviously he's been incredible for them. Like has an absolute breakout. My player is Jacob Trouba. If I had to pick one right now, Jacob Trouba for this team has been just absolutely insanely better than he had any right to be. One of my biggest questions coming into this year was like, what the hell is the right side of their defense doing? Jacob Trouba sucks. Radko Gudas sucks. Jacob Trouba doesn't suck this year. I don't know. I guess it's because he's in a contract year. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about him, but he's been incredibly good for them.
I think it's partly a good fit because he is has been a very good hockey player in his career.
For sure.
He's not that old. He's only 31. It feels like he's old, but he's not 34 rotting. We said plus minus doesn't matter except for outliers. Jacob Trouba plus 16 in 15 games with the Anaheim Ducks. Yeah, insanely good.
It's been crazy good this year. So
yeah, that he's been a perfect fit in that on that team.
Yeah, he's really, really, really come into his own this year for them. So
I also could have talked about Cutter Gauthier, who's 11 goals in 15 games. You know, he's been crazy, but I mean, Leo Carlsson has been on another level.
Or
him, Bedard, and
Seneca.
Celebrini.
Seneca's been really good too.
Seneca's been really good. Yeah,
11 points in 15 games.
Yep.
As a 19-year-old.
McTavish, you know. There's a lot of really good on this roster.
Yeah. There are guys they had all these young guys that they were just waiting for them to take that step, and it looks like enough of them have for them to be a force in the Pacific right now.
Yeah.
That along with Trouba playing well and stuff like that. Plus, obviously, we knew that Dostal was going to be a good goalie, and he's been solid for them. So, yeah,
and he's been getting better. Because he started off fine. And
started off a little slow, and now he's been
pretty good.
He's gone back into kind of what he was doing last year, where he's just really good. So, yeah, this is a scary team to play against. They're gonna have their troubles, I'm sure, throughout the season because they're a young team and they're still trying to figure themselves out. But
they're close to me arguing them will make the playoffs.
I'm looking for some pedigree when I want one of those teams. But yeah.
I think if they're in this spot by American Thanksgiving in 2.5 weeks, then I think we could probably lock them in as a playoff team.
Especially if Seattle and Los Angeles continue to look a little uninspired.
Yeah. Coming in at number 11, we have the Utah Mammoth taking a bit of a tumble.
For you, I am a genius.
Yeah, they only fell 3 spots for you. They fell 6 spots for me. I bought all the stock up. I had them at 3. Was that crazy? A little bit probably, but they were really good. They were really good.
They still are really good. They just
They
had a bad week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They had a bad week. They lost a game they shouldn't have to Toronto. They barely beat Buffalo in a game they dominated Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
They lost to a Tampa team that we haven't seen yet and a Montreal team that we haven't seen yet. So, it's not the end of the world.
They didn't pass the tests that were put in front of them, that would have put them up higher than this. But they didn't have anything like super embarrassing to make them fall a crazy amount. This is still a very good team. They look really good.
I would be fine putting this team in will make the playoffs, but I don't think I would demand that we do so.
I want to keep them and should make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, the Central is theoretically tough.
Yeah, but it hasn't been so far because the Wild and
St.
the
Louis,
Blues have been really bad.
Mm-hmm. They've just been messing around, not playing well. But they either of those teams could bounce back and look to challenge a bit. And I guess if Chicago continues to win games somehow, then at some point that becomes a factor.
And I do think there are 3 teams in the Central that are ahead of them right now, so they would be getting they would be a wild card spot if based on our power rankings right now. And I do think those 3 teams that we have that we're going to put ahead of them are going to stay ahead of them. They're not really teams that I'm not super confident in. So Utah could outperform them, but they're not teams that are going to be much worse. So you have one of those teams lower than them.
I have 2 of those teams right next to Utah, all in a line.
Okay.
So I actually feel very similar about some of these teams, but
sure.
But yeah.
Well, then for you, Colin, we can put them in. We'll make the playoffs if you want to do that. We can make the tier break there.
I want to see I think another week.
Sure.
Before I do that, because if they do another one of these weeks where they continue to not pass tests, then
let's see him get a good big dub recently, and then we can call him.
And then also shout out Nick Schmaltz, who is not young, but he, like Shane Pinto, wants to get paid a lot of money. He has 9 goals, 10 assists, and 19 points in 16 games.
Jesus Christ.
He is going crazy out there. And then Keller, Cooley, and Gunther are all playing well, but not career year well.
Yep.
They're playing, on par. Breaking into the top 10 here, we have the Winnipeg Jets.
Woo!
They dropped 4 spots this week. I dropped them 6 spots. You dropped them 2 spots.
Because again...
you were not buying the Winnipeg stocks up crazily. They went 0-2 this week with losses to San Jose and LA. Not ideal.
Not good.
But they didn't look bad in either of those games.
Yeah.
They got goalied both times.
This is a one-line team.
Yes.
Kyle Connor, Mark Scheifele, and Gabe Vilardi. I think, regardless of obviously, whatever line Nathan McKinnon on is the best line in hockey. But outside of none of those players, I would put in the top 5 in their respective positions. But together as a thing, I think it's the best. Sum of their parts greater than each of the parts, whatever the expression is there. They're just so good together. They have everything there. Scheifele kind of does it all. Vilardi retrieves every puck, does all the things that you need him to do, and then Connor just scores goals.
Yeah, he does.
He just scores goals.
Yeah,
it's crazy. So and then Comrie's been pretty solid for them as a backup, and Hellebuck obviously is Connor Hellebuck. He's really good. So,
Josh Morrissey's fantastic.
Yep, Josh Morrissey's fantastic. The rest of their defense has been pretty good too. So they got some stuff. They need another line. They need another scoring line if they want to actually do anything come playoff time. But I do think that this one line is probably good enough to carry them to a pretty easy playoff spot.
Yeah. And they just got Cole Perfetti back. He's only played one game this season, so
maybe he'll help out with that.
He'll help out with that dilemma. But yeah, and shout out Morgan Barron, who is currently injured. 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points in 12 games. Not too bad. Also one of their top penalty killers. So yeah, he's been all right. Do we want to put this team in? Will make the playoffs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that being the break. Jumping into the single digits at number 9, we have the Washington Capitals. Up 4 spots from last week. I moved them up 9 spots because I overly punished them from 15. You dropped them 3 spots to 12, interestingly enough. They went 2-1 this week.
I hate the Washington Capitals.
This is tied for our biggest disagreement. They beat the crap out of the Blues, which they're supposed to. They looked good in their loss to Tampa. They outplayed Tampa. They lost 2-3. And then they had an even game with the Pens, and they lost.
Yeah, you lose major points, in my mind, for losing to the Penguins. That's all I'm saying,
I guess you could, but
yeah. I don't know. It seems like, so first of all, PLD surgery, multiple months gone. That's, I think, huge for them. Because I don't think that Connor McMichael has looked like an actual 2C so far this year.
No.
So that's tough for them. I think Ovi has yet to have a defensive zone face off like that he's like been on the ice for. They do not play him in the defensive zone, and it looks it. He looks not like he's playing good 5v5 hockey defensively. He looks a little bit less good, offensively too. Just from what we've been seeing, he's definitely slowing down a little bit, right? And I think with PLD gone, with Ovi slowing down a little bit, I mean they kind of need their guys to step up and really do it, And I think Protas can be that guy. But is Dylan Strome going to have a career year again this year? When does Tom Wilson start?
He's point per game so far.
He has been good so far for sure, which is good to see.
Yeah.
So Tom Wilson also been really good so far. So I look at it and I'm just like I'm a little worried about the team with no PLD.
Yeah.
And with Ovi looking older. And less, Ovi not going out there for a defensive zone faceoffs also means like then Strome isn't getting that time, right? And then it's it kind of like bleeds into some of the flexibility and stuff like that the team has, and so I still think this is a playoff team. Obviously, I had them at 12, right? Obviously, so I just I just have a few more concerns. Concerns.
I think that's warranted. I think their defense and goaltending is good. Amongst the best in the league as like a collective.
It is really good.
So, yeah, I definitely didn't factor in the PLD injury as of now because he hasn't really impacted the team when he was healthy this season.
Yeah, that's true.
0 points in 6 games so far this season. So.
He was a big part of why they were why they overperformed last year compared to what everyone's expectations were. He was massive last year. So to me that's pretty big.
Yeah. And then their breakout candidate, I have Ryan Leonard, who has 3 goals, 4 assists, and 7 points in 15 games. Playing in the third line, second power play unit.
Yep.
He could be a big factor as to this team not going into a rebuild, as if he can kind of be fantastic and kind of take the mantle from some of these older forwards.
He's a dangerous player for sure. You can tell he's got that in him. So
yeah. At number 8, we have the Dallas Stars.
Yep.
Moving up 2 spots from where they were last week. I only moved them up 1 spot to 11. You moved them up 3 spots to 5. Another big disagreement point. They went 2-1 this week. Wyatt Johnston is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Who is having like breakout year after breakout year after breakout year.
Yeah. It's just expected
McKinnon.
at this point, right? But he is technically on record pace. Never been a point per game player before, but like crazy that a guy who had 30 goals. He had 30 goals in his age 20 and 21 season, and is now on pace for 40. So
that kid's crazy.
Yeah, he's really good.
For me, like, they barely got by Nashville. They lost, what's goaltending game to Anaheim, 75, with a combined 40 shots total.
Anaheim does that to you,
total.
Anaheim will do that to you.
And then they squeaked out an overtime win against Edmonton. Like, I don't know. I kind of want my top 10 team to put away one of those teams. And they were barely able to get by Edmonton and Nashville, and they lost the game to Anaheim. So I think this team is really good, but I don't think this team is like elite right now.
Maybe. I don't know. I will say a couple things about why I have them so high. First of all, I'm not the most recency bias kind of person. I think they've shown a lot of good things over the course of like the whole season. So while they didn't have like the best week last week, they're a team that has consistently shown like really good games as a team. Also, Miro has been really good so far this year. Really a bounce back year for him. I think everyone's opinions of him were a little bit lowered when they were able to succeed without him. B, like, he didn't quite look himself in the games that he did play last year, especially in like the playoffs. But he's been phenomenal, I think, for them so far this year. So that's great. And then, I don't know. They kind of have the same thing going as the. They have 2 scoring lines instead of 1.
Yeah.
And that makes a big difference for me. And especially, as they get some guys back. I know they've lost some Duchesne, some Ben, those, kind of injuries. They'll get some of those guys back. So, I think, I don't know. I just think this team is pretty solid, and I think they're definitely going to make the playoffs. Like, they look like a top 3 team in the Central for sure. And I think, sky's the limit for them when it gets there if they can string it together, because they've got the roster construction, I think, to make it happen.
Yeah. I agree. Coming in at number 7, we have the Montreal Canadiens, who are tumbling from where we had them at 2 last week, where I put them at 2 last week. You put them at 4.
That was me drinking the Kool-Aid on that one, for sure. So
I was definitely you were drinking all the Kool-Aid.
Hello. It's still a good team.
They did lose in regulation this week. They went 1-0-2. They got points. But losing to Philly in the manner that they did was not good. And then, an OT loss in New Jersey, not the worst thing in the world, but they weren't great in that game. And then they beat Utah, which is good. So, 7's still really good. I just don't think they're like, world beaters.
Yeah.
Right now.
They're still consistently finding ways to win games or to at least get points in games, right? So They're good.
And they're productive,
Yeah.
like all through the lineup.
And yeah, you look at the like their forward group, and you're like, I mean, there's not really a weak line. Like there's some question marks down the middle in terms of like long term success and guys that haven't really proven a whole lot in Kapanen and Doc, but both of those guys have been good this year. And then obviously all of their top 9 wingers rather have had really good years so far. And that first line is also looking really, really good.
Yeah.
Another one of those lines I think that could really like just get it done. Like they've got Slavkovsky, who I love his game so much. I think he just does so much of that grit and grime stuff that they need. And then Caulfield's been amazing goal scorer. Suzuki, does it all. Like I don't know, it's a good team.
I think this might be the best line of hockey.
That top line, they're for sure up there.
They don't have the pedigree of like Scheifele, Connor, but
right now how they're playing, I mean they're easily a top 5 line in hockey.
Yeah, I mean they're that whole line almost has a 70% expected goals for percentage.
That's crazy.
Like they're crazy. 68, 69. Like
yeah,
insane.
They're nuts. Another player shout out for our career high, Mike Matheson. Looking like he's having a little bit of a late career resurgence. I think he looks like a legitimate, like first pairing defenseman, like for the first time in a while. He looks fantastic out there. Also wants to get paid, I think.
Yeah.
Man, turns out all these guys just want money. That's crazy. But yeah.
Video, like who's having a career. Who's gonna get paid? Who's playing themselves into a payday, and who's playing themselves out of a payday?
Yeah,
there's a video. Yeah, I chose Dobesh for this. For the,
I think that's a great pick because he's been insane.
He's having a great year, but like I could have gone Demidov, I could have gone Kapanen.
Yeah.
I could have gone Bolduc if we did the stat of the week like week 2, but he's kind of cooled off a bit.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you even could have gone like what is Cole Caulfield on pace for? How many goals is he on pace for?
Yeah, honestly,
12 and 15.
He's
games.
on pace to beat his 37 and 82.
Yeah,
disgusting.
So, yeah. There's a
really
lot.
Good.
There's a lot to like about this team.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Yeah. Coming in at number 6, we have the Florida Panthers.
Cool.
Up 3 spots from where they were last week. You brought them up 6 spots. I dropped him 1 spot.
Yeah, I still had him a little lower last week. I think that I should have. I think I should have been a little higher on him, but it's whatever. They're still the Florida Panthers.
They are. They lost another player long term in Jonah Gadrovich, which is not like a big deal.
Not as big of a loss as the other ones, but it's big.
But like,
he's been good for them.
Yeah, he's a call up for their other injuries. So now you're calling up an even deeper roster cut player. So
yeah,
and you're playing now Cole Schwint. So we'll see what they end up doing. But yeah, they went 1-2 this week. They lost to the Sharks, but they dominated that game. And they got goalied by, I don't remember if it was Ned or I can't even think of his name right now, Askarov. Then they beat the crap out of the Kings, and then they got their butts handed to them by the Ducks. So a bit of a roller coaster week, but this is a good team.
Yeah, this is a good team.
It's a very good team, and they're only going to get better as they get healthier, which is terrifying.
Yeah, I mean they're missing they're literally 2 of their top 3 players.
Yeah,
including Barkov, one of the best players in the NHL. Just a little bit of that. And they still got enough scoring out of their guys. They still have 2 ish scoring lines. can even
Yep.
call it 3. I don't know how they're rolling everybody out, but like, they lost one of those guys. But they were always a team that had 3 scoring lines. So now
Yeah.
they lose 2 of the forwards on their top line, or they're just a little bit worse off forward wise. But yeah, I mean the team is just good. This defense just doesn't have holes. Bob is just a good goalie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just a good team. It's just a good team.
And I went with Samiskevich for the Braco guy because this is a pretty veteran team. And Lundell is not performing too far above his career pace. So Samiskevich, 2 goals, 7 assists, 9 points. Solid.
Yeah.
As a guy who was outside looking in before the Barkov and Kachuk injuries. So making the most of his time there, almost over half a point per game.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Didn't realize he was having such a good year.
Yeah. Coming in at number 5 in the top 5, we have the New Jersey Devils. Dropping 2 spots from where they were last week. I am up 2 spots on them. You're down 4 spots on them. We're kind of all over the place with the Devils, but they end up here at 5. They went 2-1 this week. They barely squeaked by Pittsburgh in a game that they shouldn't have squeaked by Pittsburgh. But they beat Montreal, and then they lost to Anaheim. This is a good team.
Yeah.
This is a really good team.
It's a really
This is
good team.
I'd be interested to see if there was a world where they could upgrade their goaltending somehow. Because Markstrom has not been fantastic, and Allen has been good, but I don't know if you want to rely on Jake Allen.
Yeah.
As like a starter. We'll see. Dougie Hamilton is hurt.
Whoa, crazy.
So, he's supposed to miss just 1 week.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
We'll see what kind of player he is when he comes back. Yeah, it's happening. Brett Pesci, he's also hurt. So, it's happening. Nothing too damaging has happened yet. I think this team's still very good, but
Yeah, I mean, they're made of glass.
Yep.
And yeah, they don't get the full loss to Penguins loss. They only lose 4 spots for that. But if they'd actually lost the game, they'd be tumbling down.
Yeah.
For sure. So, and they did deserve to lose the game. So
Yeah. They should have lost that game.
I think the Penguins outplayed them. So
Yeah. And then for the breakup player, I picked Dawson Mercer.
Yeah,
Who's had himself a year. 8 goals, 7 assists, 15 points. Could have gone with Nemitz, who has 1 goal, 8 assists, 9 points, and a +1, which, +1 isn't that big of a deal, but Nemitz has been like in historically bad plus minuses. So
he's had
for him not to be there.
Really bad defensive efforts. Yeah, Mercer's looked very good.
But yeah, Mercer's been fantastic. Coming in at number 4, we have the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah.
Huge risers over the past couple weeks. Moved up 8 spots to 4. I moved them up 5 spots to 5. Moved them up 9 spots to 3. They went 3-1 this week. They look pretty good. They squeaked by Washington, but then they kind of beat the brakes off of Vegas, who we haven't talked about yet. And then they lost to Colorado. And then they had a good win against Utah. This team is the most advanced version of the one-line team, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You can also throw in Brandon Hagel onto that top line and call him an honorary first liner.
You could do that.
Sorelli's also quite good, but he is day-to-day right now, so they're like a 2 and 1 and 2/3 line team.
I think they're a 2-line. I think they're a 2-line team realistically. I think Sorelli Hagel or Sorelli Gensel, whatever version they decide to roll out, is good enough to carry a Bjorkstrand or a whoever. I don't know who the hell they want to throw else on that line, but they're I mean they're still the Tampa Bay Lightning guys. Hey, Vassy wasn't going to be that bad for that long. Mm-hmm. Like, oh wait, it's Vasilevsky. He's a good goalie. Yep. Oh wait, the rest of the Tampa Bay Lightning kind of remembered how to play hockey. Mm-hmm. That first line figured out a little bit more of what they were doing because they started off so slow. Yep. I don't know. It's Nikita Kucherov, man. He's a good hockey player.
Yeah. He's not even going that crazy.
I know.
He's still really good. And they're doing Tampa things. My breakout player, Dominic James, who has 1 goal, 3 assists, and 4 points in 9 games. He's a 6th-round pick from Chicago in 2022. Never played NHL hockey beforehand. And, they're getting almost half a point per game player out of him. Never heard of him before. Could have also gone with, I don't even know how to say this first name, Charles Edward Deastus, UDFA. He's come in and is a half a point per game player on the blue line. Positive XGF.
Yeah.
Positive defensive metrics.
He was
playing in the SHL in last year.
they find their production, don't they? That's crazy.
This is Tampa Bay being Tampa Bay. Mm-hmm. Jack Finley. He was a 2nd round pick in 2020, so I guess he's not like a complete surprise. But mm-hmm. they're finding their guys.
Yep.
Their pro scouting is pretty good.
Yep. And the core of their team obviously is very good. So
Yeah. Tampa, they're back.
Yeah.
They forgot when the season started.
Mm-hmm.
But they're here for it now.
Yeah, they showed up late, but
yeah.
But they're here.
They're on their Stanley Cup hangover, They just assumed they won last summer and partied it up, and then oh wait, season started.
Yep.
At number 3, we have the Vegas Golden Knights.
I have them at 6.
Up
okay.
4 spots from where they were last week.
You have them at
about
2.
5 spots to 6. I bumped them up to 2.
Okay.
I'm high on this Vegas team.
They're good. No, I'll agree with you. This Vegas team is really good.
They went 1-1-1 this week, but their losses were to Anaheim in overtime in a game they should have won, where they outchanced Anaheim.
No, why don't we can we move Anaheim up to Stanley Cup contender? We've every single team where their losses were to Anaheim. and Anaheim beat them, and
Anaheim. They like we said with Anaheim, they beat Vegas, Dallas, Florida, and New Jersey.
That's crazy.
They went through the gauntlet.
They did. They're like the opposite of the Utah.
Yeah.
They didn't even know. They didn't even know they were at the test to see if they were a top 10 team, and then they passed it with flying colors.
Yeah. Vegas did lose to Tampa.
But, and yet you have them above Tampa.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't like how Tampa won their game over Washington. I felt like they should have lost that game. But yeah. I don't know. I thought Vegas still played well against Tampa.
No, I think these teams are both very competitive in the.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, moving these teams up 1 or 2 spots, I'm agreeable to just about any team moving up 1 or 2 spots or down 1 or 2 spots. And depending on their week, they might move up.
Yep.
Up and down slightly because these teams are that close to where having a slightly better week jumps them week to week. So yeah, this team is really good. Shout out Pavel Dorofeyev, who's still red hot. He's not going to score 82 goals this year. No. He's not going to be goal per game, but 10 goals in 14 games still pretty good.
God. That's a lot of goals.
And are they a lot on the power play? Yeah, but his 5v5 metrics are still pretty good. So
Yeah.
yeah, this team is quite good, and they're doing it without really getting great goaltending. With Aiden Hill's injury, and him not being fantastic when he was playing. So we'll see if he gets healthy. And this is the Vegas Golden Knights, so they could. This is a team that I think could go out and buy a goalie if they can find one on the market.
Yeah.
Or someone else. They'll find a 1D out there somehow. That they are. They're Vegas. They will trade.
You don't think Carter Hart will come back and save them and be their top goalie?
I would be surprised.
Yeah. No,
because Carter Hart was not that
I know
phenomenal. Like, he was fine to good.
Yeah.
But he's been off this long. Who knows what kind of game shape he's been in, and then also just like readjusting to NHL shooting. I don't know.
Yeah.
He might, but I think it's a pretty slim chance he comes back and is great this year. Maybe if they keep him and he has a full off season and kind of reacclimates this year, he might be great next year. But I'd be surprised if he's a difference maker this year. A positive difference maker.
But yeah, this team is just really good. They got good players on the team.
Yeah. And if we remember to the beginning of the season, this team was losing games they had no business losing.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
they were crazy.
They were top 3. I don't remember where we had them in our pre-season power rankings. So they've kind of just returned to where we thought they would be after a little bit of a slow start, where they lost some games that they had no business losing. So
yeah. Coming in at number 2.
Yeah.
It's the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yeah.
They're up 2 spots from where we had them last week to number 2. I bumped them back up after they had a bad week last week.
My faith has never wavered. It has never wavered. They were so injured that bad week where like they had no defensemen on their thing, and so they've gotten a couple of guys back. They still are missing a few defensemen, but Keandre Miller is back.
And Ghost Bear.
Yes. God, those are some good defensemen, right? But Keandre Miller's back. That's the one that matters. No, I mean, he's not the only one. Obviously, those other guys are also really good. Ghost Bear had an insane start to this year before he got injured too. So
86% XGF in 6 games.
Yeah, he was more than point per game over their first. But yeah, so but Keandre Miller back now. But yeah, so I don't know. I didn't ding him because I still thought they were the second best team in the NHL. And I still think they're the second best team in the NHL. I see you got them at 3. I think they're definitely better than Vegas. In my heart, at least. Which is why I want to put them in the Stanley Cup contender. We didn't talk about that, but you putting them in the Stanley Cup contender tier and agreeing with me basically means that you agree that you are wrong and that they're better than the Vegas Golden Knights, because you didn't even think about putting the Vegas Golden Knights in the Stanley Cup contender tier, but you just put the Hurricanes tier. So
I could put Florida up in the Stanley Cup contender tier.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason I didn't have Carolina, well, because for one, I had Vegas ahead of Carolina going into it, so that Carolina would have had to pass Vegas for me.
Right.
And
no, that makes sense.
They beat Buffalo, Minnesota, and the Rangers. They're not the Ducks. All right, they didn't go on the run that the Ducks went on.
Yeah.
If they beat, like, I don't know, the teams that the Ducks beat, then it's like, okay, yeah, I'm putting them at 2. I might put them at 1. But yeah, no, they had a really good game against Buffalo. They had a really good game against the Rangers. They scraped by Minnesota. Yeah, this team's really good.
Yeah.
Also, Nikishin, phenomenal.
Yeah, he's really good.
Might be a Calder guy. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's a pretty tight race this year. Not tight race. It's a pretty packed race.
I don't think he's going to have the like flashy point totals that Schaefer would in order to like win it as a defenseman. So I don't think he really has a shot there. But like in terms of like impact on a team that actually matters, it's him and Demidov for me, right? So
Dobesh.
Dobesh as well.
Does qualify.
Yeah, which is crazy. But I don't know. I have more faith I have less faith that Dobesh will keep this level of performance up for the entire season. I think he might end up being a solid goalie, not like a Vezina caliber one that he's kind of shown so far.
Yeah.
To me, if Dobesh is a above average goalie, which is where I expect him to be, Demidov continues, I think his pace is more sustainable, and I think Nikishin's pace is more sustainable, right? With good counting stats, but but very obviously his on ice contribution has been amazing.
Yeah,
and especially with how many left-handed defensemen have been injured on this team, the fact that he's been able to be this good is one of the reasons that they're still able to be this good of a team. So
yeah. Yeah, and I include his plus minus here because a plus 14 as a rookie is wild.
Yeah, a plus 14 in 14 games, 15. How many games 15. Did they play in?
15 games.
15 games. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another shout out, Keandre Miller, 8 points in 9 games.
Yeah. Yeah, I very easily could have gone with Miller.
That is an exceptional pace. And I don't know that he'll be a point per game player, but I do think he will probably top his career high of 43. I think that's if he's healthy for the rest of the year. I think he'll probably top that. So he's looked like a great fit for them.
And then at number 1, indisputable in my opinion.
Yep,
it's the Colorado Avalanche. Same spot as they were last week across the board.
This is the best team in hockey.
Yeah, they beat the brakes off of the Oilers. They all spent the night in jail for the crimes that they did to the Oilers. And then they kind of not dominated. They controlled the Lightning. It was a close game on the scoreboard, but Colorado was in control of that game. And that's all they played this week. They just played the 2 games, and they passed the tests.
Yeah, two good teams, and they, the Oilers would be ranked higher if they hadn't gotten their brakes beat off of by Colorado. Like that probably cost them at least a couple of spots in the standings, right? Like, how bad they look there.
That definitely dropped them for me.
I mean, is there any other player that can win the Hart this year besides Nathan MacKinnon, Colin? Right now, at this point, it's not even close in my mind. I mean,
he's somehow having a goal per game and assist per game season.
How he should have been your pick here. This is.
I mean,
he's gonna score. He's gonna score 60 goals and have 60 assists this year.
Well, yeah, but 2 years ago he had 51 goals, 89 assists, and 140 points.
Okay, you're right. Okay, you're right, but
he is on pace to have more than 51 goals, but he probably isn't gonna score.
I don't know. He might
score in 70 something goals.
He might. He doesn't have Mikko Rantanen on his team anymore, so he's just got the green light now. He's just shooting.
Yeah.
God, Nathan MacKinnon is so good.
He is the best player in hockey.
He is the best player in hockey. And we're talking about all these other lines, but really the best line is McKinnon's line, because I mean, first of all, Lehkonen and Natchez are good players too. But Nathan MacKinnon, like, come on.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he would have a positive XGF with me and you on his wing. Like, he's that good.
Yeah, he's insane.
Maybe it's not positive because we'd anchor that line defensively, but I mean, it will not be the worst line in hockey.
Yeah, I mean,
it won't be the worst first line in hockey. Like,
Yeah.
he is insane right now.
Mm-hmm.
Also, quietly, Cale Makar doing Cale Makar things.
Yeah. Yeah.
6 goals, 16 assists, 22 points in 16 games. You know, he's off to another over a point per game, assist per game season.
He'd be the best player on any other team in the National Hockey League, but unfortunately, Nathan McKinnon's on his team, so he's only the second best player on his team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I should have highlighted Nathan McKinnon for being goal per game.
Yeah.
But I went with Sam Malinsky on their blue line for, being very good in a team where we were talking about questions on their blue line depth.
Yeah. He's answered a lot of those questions. He's been very solid for them.
Yeah. Also, Brent Burns has looked great. And where we're saying he's still very good, but has played too many minutes in Carolina. And if they put him in a role player position, then he's going to be great. And he's great as a role player here.
Yep.
So, yeah, this team is really good. And Nathan McKinnon is yeah.
It's Nathan McKinnon.
Yeah. They got to start closing out some of these overtime games. This 5 OT losses is they're not good at gimmick hockey, They want to play real hockey. When we get to 3v3s and shootouts, that's where they're like, this isn't real hockey. We don't care.
Like, Nathan McKinnon should score every time he's on the ice in 3v3 now. Whenever the puck is on his stick in 3v3,
Maybe they're like, we just got to rest McKinnon. We don't need him getting injured in not hockey,
Not hockey.
Yeah. But yeah, let us know if you guys hate these rankings, agree with them, love them. If you have Colorado not at 1, you're trolling. Shout out all of you at the r/hockey ranking committee who don't have Colorado at 1. And yeah, I feel pretty good about this list. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to like and subscribe and let us know in the comment section, where do you agree with us? Where do you disagree with us? And I hope to see you all next time.